Have you ever felt nervous on a first date? I know I have. My hands get a little cold, my heart beats faster, and suddenly even the simplest words feel heavy. But today, I want to share something special with you. I am walking into a cozy cafe for a romantic date. Yes, a date. But more than that, this is about using English in real life, in moments that are emotional, exciting, and a little scary too. Because, let's be honest, speaking English with someone new can feel just like a first date, full of butterflies and fears. The door of the cafe opens, and I step inside. The smell of fresh coffee wraps around me, warm and rich. The sound of cups clinking, soft laughter in the background, a gentle song playing low. I look around and see him sitting near the window. My stomach flips, but I take a deep breath and whisper to myself, "Okay, Sarah, breathe. You can do this." Just simple English. Have you ever told yourself that? Like you already know the words, but your mind feels blocked. That's the same feeling many people face when they try to speak. The fear of mistakes. The anxiety of not understanding. The shame of being judged. And I know exactly how that feels. I walk closer, smiling nervously. He looks up, smiles too, and suddenly the moment is here. No escape, just me, my heart, and my English. I open my mouth and say, "Hi, nice to see you." Simple, clear, and guess what? It works. He smiles back. My shoulders relax a little. "Can you repeat it with me?" "Hi, nice to see you." "Good." "Now again, but with more confidence." "Ha, nice to see you." See how natural it feels? That's the secret. You don't need complicated phrases to break the ice. One short sentence can open the door to connection. I sit down across from him. By the way, if you enjoy this kind of story and want to support the channel, just hype this video. It helps YouTube show it to more people and keeps this project growing. And there's also the super thanks button. It's like a little way of saying thank you, sending a suggestion, or even asking for a topic. But, of course, only do it if you really feel this work deserves it. For me, it's already such an honor to have you here watching. Honestly, if you just leave a like and a comment, that already helps me so much. The table between us, small but comforting. I take another breath and say, "How are you today?" He answers with a soft voice, "I'm good." "And you?" My heart races, but I smile and answer honestly. "I'm a little nervous, but happy." Do you notice something? I didn't try to hide what I feel, and that's powerful. Because when you share honestly, the conversation becomes human, not mechanical. It's not about sounding perfect, it's about sounding real. Let's practice together. "I'm good." Say it softly. Now repeat, "I'm a little nervous." Good. And one more, "I'm happy." 3 short phrases. Easy to remember. Ready for any situation. You can use them on a date, in a job interview, or even when you meet a new friend. The beauty of English is that small words can carry big meaning. As I talk, I realize something important. Many times, it's not the English itself that blocks us. It's the fear of being judged, of sounding silly, of someone laughing. But here's the truth. When you admit you're nervous, when you laugh at yourself, when you show your true self, the other person connects with you. And connection is what matters most. English is not about perfection. It's about connection. He looks at me, eyes kind, and smiles. I can feel the tension slowly melting away. And then the waiter approaches. My heart skips again. It's time to order a drink, coffee, water, something simple, but how do I ask naturally without freezing? This is the next challenge, the small, everyday challenge that so many of us face when speaking English in real life. So here I am, sitting across from someone new, feeling a mix of excitement and nervousness, using just simple phrases to open the door. Hi, nice to see you. How are you today? I'm a little nervous, but happy. And you know what? It's enough. It really is. Because every small phrase is a victory. Every word spoken is proof that fear is not stronger than me or than you. So if you've ever felt your heart racing when speaking English, if you've ever worried about mistakes or felt embarrassed, remember this moment. You're not alone. I feel it too. And still, I speak. Still, I try. Still, I connect. That's what learning English is all about. Learning a language is not about perfection. It's about connection. And this date, this simple beginning, shows me that one sentence can change everything. The waiter stops by our table, notebook in hand, waiting for our order. And suddenly, my mind wants to go blank. Do you know that feeling when you know the words, but in the moment, they disappear? That's exactly what happens to so many English learners. The fear of saying it wrong, the pressure of time, the worry of sounding strange. But here's the truth. Ordering a drink doesn't have to be complicated. It can be simple, natural, and even fun. I smile at the waiter, take a breath, and say, "Can I have a coffee, please?" That's it. 5 words. Nothing fancy, nothing complicated, but powerful because it gets me what I want and it makes me sound polite. Can you try with me? Repeat. Can I have a coffee, please? Good. Now again, with more confidence. Can I have a coffee, please? See? Easy. And if you want water, you just switch the word. Can I have water, please? This little phrase is like a magic key. You can use it for almost anything. Coffee, tea, juice, even a sandwich. The waiter nods and writes it down. My date smiles, and then he orders I'll have a cappuccino. Did you hear that? Another option. I'll have. It's just as natural. Let's practice both ways. First, can I have? Now, I'll have. Both are perfect. Which one feels more comfortable for you? The moment feels lighter now. My date looks at me and says softly, "Do you like coffee?" I laugh a little and answer, "Yes, I love coffee. But sometimes I drink tea." Simple, short sentences, but they keep the conversation flowing. Do you see how easy it is? You don't need long, complicated explanations. Just honest answers. Try with me. I love coffee. Now, I drink tea. These are small sentences, but they're full of life. I can tell he feels more relaxed too, so I ask him back, "What about you? Do you like coffee?" He smiles and says, "Yes, every morning." I nod, and suddenly we have something in common. This is the beauty of real English. It's not about big grammar rules or fancy words. It's about connection through everyday things. Coffee, tea, the little details that make us human. But let's be real, sometimes we don't understand everything people say. Maybe the waiter talks too fast, or maybe the cafe is noisy. And in those moments, it's easy to panic. I've been there. But here's what helps. Don't be afraid to ask again. Just say, "Sorry, can you repeat that?" Or, "Can you say it slowly, please?" These sentences are lifesavers. Can you repeat them with me? "Sorry, can you repeat that?" Good. Now again, can you say it slowly, please? If you can remember these two, you'll never feel completely lost. The drinks arrive, and I thank the waiter with a smile. Thank you. Such a small word, but it changes everything. Gratitude always makes conversations warmer, and then almost without noticing, I feel more confident. The ice is broken. The first fear is gone. Ordering something simple like coffee turns into proof that I can speak, I can be understood, and I don't need to be perfect. I take the first sip of my coffee. It's warm, smooth, comforting. I look at him and smile. "It's good." He nods. "Yes, very good." A small laugh escapes both of us. Isn't it funny? Even with short words, even with nervous hearts, we're connected, and that's what matters. Do you see the secret here? Confidence doesn't come from speaking long, perfect sentences. It comes from small wins, from saying, "Can I have a coffee, please?" From smiling and saying thank you, from showing up, trying, and realizing that English doesn't have to be scary. It can be natural, just like this moment. As I sit there, I realize something. So many learners feel frustrated because they can't speak like natives. But the truth is, you don't need to. You just need to speak like you. Simple, clear, human, and little by little, with each word, your confidence grows. The conversation continues, soft and light. We sip our drinks, laugh a little, and the nervousness fades. And now, with the drinks on the table, the real fun begins, keeping the conversation alive. What do we talk about? How do we make it flow naturally without silence or pressure? That's the next step of this date and of this English journey. So here I am, coffee in hand, feeling a little braver than before. One simple sentence opened the door. Can I have a coffee, please? And with every sip, I realized that English doesn't have to feel like a test. It can feel like life, warm, real, and full of small connections that make all the difference. The coffee is warm in my hands, and little by little, I feel calmer. The first words are always the hardest, but once they're out, something changes. The silence no longer feels heavy. It feels like space, like possibility. He looks at me and smiles. I smile back. Now comes the real challenge, keeping the conversation alive. You know, that moment when you wonder, what should I say next? Yes, that one. It can be scary, especially in English. But here's the secret. You don't need big topics or complicated questions. Light, simple conversations are enough to create connection. I take a breath and ask softly, do you live near here? His eyes light up. Yes, just 5 minutes away. And I answer, a little far, but I like this cafe. Simple exchange. Nothing dramatic, but notice how it works. One short question opens the door, and suddenly we're talking about places, distance, preferences. Let's practice together. Do you live near here? Repeat it slowly. Now again, faster. Do you live near here? Easy, right? He asks me back, do you like this neighborhood? I think for a moment and say, yes, it's quiet. And I love the trees. Short sentences, real emotions. That's enough. Try saying it. It's quiet. I love the trees. These are words that anyone can use in almost any situation, and they keep the conversation warm. I lean in slightly and ask another question. Do you like music? His eyes widen, and he nods quickly. Yes, I love music. Rock, pop, everything. I smile, feeling the energy shift. Me too. I love pop music. And there it is, common ground. One small question, one shared answer, and suddenly we're closer. Isn't that what we all want when speaking a new language? Not just to talk, but to connect. Let's practice some of these together. Repeat. Do you like music? Good. Now, I love music. One more. I love pop music. Feel how natural they sound. You can use them with anyone at a cafe, at school, even with a stranger on the bus. These questions are keys. They open hearts. He asks me, do you play any instruments? I laugh a little, shaking my head. No, but I like to sing in the shower. He laughs too, and just like that, the atmosphere is lighter, softer, Real conversation is not about perfect grammar. It's about little moments that make people laugh, smile, feel comfortable. Sometimes, though, silence appears again, and silence can feel heavy. But I remind myself, silence is not the enemy. I take a sip of coffee, look at him, and simply ask, "Do you like movies?" His face lights up again. "Yes, a lot. I watch movies every weekend." I nod quickly. "Me too. I love comedies." Notice how often I say "me too." It's one of the most powerful phrases you can use in English. It keeps the conversation moving and shows connection. Let's practice. Repeat. "Me too." Again. "Me too." So short, but so effective. The conversation flows. We go from music to movies, from coffee to neighborhoods. Nothing complex, but everything real. And I realized something. Many learners get stuck because they believe they need deep, perfect sentences. But the truth is, simple words spoken with honesty are enough to build trust. As the minutes pass, I feel lighter. My nervousness fades, replaced by curiosity. I want to know more about him. And I notice something else. Asking questions is a secret weapon. It takes the pressure off you. When you ask, you listen, and then you answer naturally. Let's try some more together. Do you like books? Do you like sports? Do you like traveling? These are universal questions, and the answers can take you anywhere. He tells me about a trip he once took, about the music he listens to, about a funny movie he watched last week. And I listen, sometimes nodding, sometimes laughing. And when I don't know what to say, I just use small fillers. "Really? That's nice. Wow." These little words keep the energy alive. Can you try them? "Really? That's nice. Wow." They are simple, but they make you sound engaged, interested, connected. By now, I realize the date doesn't feel like a test anymore. It feels like two people sharing small pieces of their lives. And English is just the bridge that makes it possible. My heart relaxes, my hands no longer shake, and I think to myself, this is it. This is how learning happens. Not in books only, but in moments like this. And then I wonder what's next. We've talked about music, movies, places. What if we go a little deeper? What if I share more about what I like, what I prefer, what makes me me? That's the next step. Expressing likes, dislikes, and preferences. And that's where real personality comes alive in English. So here I am, smiling over my coffee, realizing that conversation doesn't have to be heavy. It can be light, playful, full of small questions and answers that bring people closer. And the secret, simplicity, short words, honest emotions, and the courage to ask, "Do you like?" The conversation is flowing, and I feel lighter now. The nervousness that was heavy at the beginning is almost gone. I realize something important. When we move from simple questions to sharing our personal likes and dislikes, the conversation becomes more real, more personal. And that's exactly what I want to show, not just words, but pieces of myself. Because when we talk about what we enjoy, we show who we are. And English becomes more than language, it becomes identity. I take another sip of coffee, smiling softly, and I ask him, "Do you like pizza?" His eyes brighten and he laughs. "Yes, I love pizza. Pepperoni is my favorite." I laugh too, because pizza is always a safe and fun topic. Me too. I love cheese pizza. Look how easy this is. A simple question, a simple answer, and suddenly we're talking about food, a universal language. Let's practice together. Say, "I love pizza." Good. Now again, "I love cheese pizza." And one more, "Pepperoni is my favorite." Simple, tasty words that make conversations fun. He asks me back, "What food do you like?" I pause, thinking for a second, and then say, "I like pasta and I love chocolate." His face lights up. Me too. "I love chocolate." We both laugh. And here's a secret. When you talk about preferences, you create connection. It's not just English, it's sharing something human, something emotional. Let's practice more. Repeat after me. I like pasta. Again, I love chocolate. One more. I don't like spicy food. See how powerful these small sentences are? You can use them anywhere, anytime, with anyone. And they open doors to endless topics, restaurants, recipes, trips, traditions. As the conversation continues, I want to explore more. So I ask, "What hobbies do you have?" He smiles, looking thoughtful, and says, "I play soccer and I like reading." I nod, interested. That's nice. I like reading too. Simple, short, but it builds a bridge between us. Try saying it with me. I like reading. Now I play soccer. And one more. That's nice. These small exchanges keep the rhythm alive. I share something personal too. I like painting. It helps me relax. He looks surprised. Really? That's interesting. And I smile because I can see curiosity in his eyes. This is the beauty of speaking about preferences. It allows people to see a side of you they didn't expect. And that creates curiosity, respect, and sometimes even admiration. But here's a tip I want you to remember. When you talk about what you like, use both "I like" and "I love" to show different levels of feeling. I like tea means it's good. I love tea means it makes you happy. Let's practice. Say, "I like tea." Now, "I love tea." Feel the difference. The second one has more emotion, more connection. Sometimes it's also important to share what you don't like. It's honest, and honesty makes conversations real. So I say, I don't like cold weather. He laughs. Oh, I love cold weather. We smile because differences are also fun. They show personality. And in English, this is easy. Just add don't. Try it with me. I don't like cold weather. Now again, I don't like spicy food. It's simple, but it tells people exactly what you feel. The more we talk, the more I see how powerful these small sentences are. We're not only practicing English, we're practicing identity. We're building trust, and this trust makes the nervousness fade. Step by step, word by word, we go from strangers to friends, maybe even something more. He asks me, "Do you like traveling?" My eyes brighten. Yes, I love traveling. It makes me feel free. He nods quickly. Me too. I want to visit Paris. I smile. I want to go to New York. And suddenly, we're not just in this cafe anymore. We're imagining places, dreams, futures. That's the magic of talking about preferences. It takes the conversation far beyond the table. Let's practice a few more together. I love traveling. Repeat it. I want to visit Paris. Good. I want to go to New York. These are not just sentences. They are doors to dreams. And sharing dreams in English creates bonds that are unforgettable. I sit back, smiling, feeling warm, not just from the coffee, but from the conversation itself. We've talked about food, hobbies, dreams, little likes and dislikes. And each word makes the air between us softer, warmer, more alive. I realize now that expressing preferences is not only about vocabulary, it's about letting someone see who you are. And when you do that, in English or any language, you create true connection. So here I am with coffee, almost finished, with laughter shared, with stories exchanged, and I know something important. My English doesn't have to be perfect. It just has to be mine. Honest, simple, real, and that's enough. But of course, every date has an ending, and soon we'll have to say goodbye. And that moment how we close the meeting can be just as important as the beginning. How do we say goodbye naturally without feeling awkward, without freezing? That's the next step. The coffee is almost gone, and I can feel that the afternoon is slowly coming to an end. The sunlight outside the window is softer now, golden and warm. We've talked about music, food, hobbies, and dreams. And I realized something. The nervousness I had at the beginning has turned into comfort, into ease, into connection. That's what English can do. It transforms fear into confidence, one word at a time. But every meeting has its ending, and now it's time to say goodbye. For many people, this moment feels just as hard as the beginning. What do you say? How do you close a conversation without making it awkward? I've been there, and I know the feeling, but the truth is, ending a meeting in English can be simple, polite, and even sweet. I smile softly, looking at him, and say, "Thank you for today. I had a great time." His eyes light up. And he answers, me too. It was really nice. Just like that, the ending feels natural. Let's practice together. Repeat. Thank you for today. Now, I had a great time. And one more. It was really nice. 3 short sentences, but they close the moment with warmth. Sometimes you want to leave the door open for the future to show that you'd like to meet again. And that's easy to, I take a small breath and say, let's meet again soon. Or see you next time. He smiles and nods, and suddenly the goodbye doesn't feel like an ending. It feels like the beginning of something new. Try it with me. Let's meet again soon. Now, see you next time. Feel how natural they sound? We stand up, both a little shy, but smiling. He says, take care. I answer, you too. Such simple words, but they leave a soft echo in the heart. Practice this with me. Take care. And again, you too. These phrases are not only polite, they're human. They carry care, warmth, connection. As I walk out of the cafe, I think about the journey of this date. From nervous greetings to ordering coffee, from light conversation to sharing preferences, and now to saying goodbye with kindness. It feels like a small story, but inside it, there is so much learning. And that's exactly how English works. It's not only about books or rules. It's about living moments, feeling emotions, and using simple words to connect. Do you notice the transformation? At the beginning, I felt blocked, afraid, almost but step by step, with every phrase, I opened a new door. Hi, nice to see you. Can I have a coffee, please? Do you like music? I love chocolate. Thank you for today. Each of these small sentences became a bridge, and by the end, I wasn't thinking about mistakes anymore. I was thinking about connection, about presence, about being real. This is the biggest lesson. English is not about perfection. It's about connection. It's about confidence that grows little by little. It's about small victories that become big transformations, and you, watching me now, can feel the same. You can live the same journey, because if I can do it, you can too. So let me ask you, what sentence would you love to say in English without fear? Is it a greeting? Is it ordering something at a cafe? Or maybe saying goodbye in a warm, confident way? Think about it. Write it down. Say it out loud, because the more you practice, the more natural it becomes. I smile one last time, stepping out into the cool air. My heart feels calm, my mind feels clear, and I whisper to myself, every little step is progress. That's the truth I want you to carry. Don't be afraid of mistakes. Don't be afraid of silence. Don't be afraid of being human, because every word you speak is proof that you are growing. If this story makes sense for you, If you feel that spark of motivation, remember you are not alone. We are in this journey together, step by step, word by word, from nervous to confident, from beginner to fluent. And every time you watch, every time you practice, you're building your own story. So if this video helped you, please give it a like, leave a comment, and subscribe. Your support means the world. And don't forget, learning English is not a test-its life. Real, emotional, simple, and beautiful. Take care. See you next time.